Hey guys, Clay Edwards here. I want to tell you real quick about RC Lawn Care. My buddy Richard Coley is going to be the guy you need to contact for all of your lawn maintenance needs. You can reach him at 601-502-3529. They offer roof to curb service, blowing off the roof, gutter cleaning, basic lawn care including mow, trim, edge, and blow, full lawn cleanup, trash removal, garden supplies delivered, pine straw installs, driveway and sidewalk pressure washing. If grass is growing, you need RC Lawn Care Mowing. Again, 601-502-3529. Richard Coley at RC Lawn Care, proud sponsor of the Clay Edwards Show podcast.
Morgan Wallen. We're live here in the ClayEdwardsShow.com studios. Be sure to check out my website there for all things Clay Edwards, mainly the podcast. You can go out there and you can check out the podcast. If you can't figure out no other way to work a podcast, the most 5 recent episodes automatically load onto the home screen there. But you can click the links at the top, go to your favorite podcast provider, and find the show and get signed up. Subscribe. The numbers are through the roof lately. Be a part of it. Share it. This segment is going to be brought to you by Lakeland Glass and Tint, where quality matters, right over there on Lakeland Drive and on I'm having a brain fart here. What is the name of that other road? I'll remember it in a second. Right across the street from River Oaks. Flowwood Drive. Thank you very much. Flowwood Drive and Lakeland Drive. They have 2 locations. Lakeland Drive takes care of all your automobile glass replacement and repair needs. And then the Flowwood Drive location, the campus over there, takes care of all your window tinting and vehicle wrapping needs. So look, whether you need your home, car, or business windows tinted, Lakeland Glass and Tint. Need your vehicle wrapped? Lakeland Glass and Tint. Turn it into a rolling billboard or just change the color to one of those cool matte, flat colors you're seeing out there on the roads nowadays. You can do that without having to get it painted at Lakeland Glass and Tint. And, of course, get your windshield replaced or repaired right over there on Lakeland Drive. All right, man, I'm going to hold off on the text for just a minute. I want to jump into this Morgan Wallen stuff. All right, so Saturday, Sunday, supposed to be 2 of the biggest days in the history of Oxford as far as partying goes. Concerts. First time ever a concert at Vaught Hemingway. That's why I went. I love being a part of a first time ever type event. I just think it's cool. I thought it was cool from Mississippi. My daughters were going up Sunday. I really wanted to try to go Sunday, but just didn't work out. I had to be at work Monday morning anyway. My friend had to be at work Monday morning, so we just weren't able to go. But so Saturday, late Friday night, made the decision. Hey, my buddy Sean called me and said, "Hey, if y'all want to come, we got a place for you to stay." I said, "Well, that's a game changer," because I was not about to pay those ridiculous Airbnb and hotel fees. For instance, my daughter and them paid $650 for a night on the square at a hotel there. The freshman or the varsity or the graduate, $650 plus tax and fees. So, but hey, it's their money, and that's how they want to spend it. To each their own. Not to mention what they pay for tickets, which at least they will get that back. Anyway, so we had a free place to stay, which made it way more affordable. Buddy of mine was selling 2 tickets. We snagged those, and off we went Saturday after we got off work around 3 o'clock up to Oxford. Y'all know I'm a State fan, so I feel a little weird going behind enemy lines, but it was nice doing it for a non-sporting event. I got to say, before I get into the Morgan stuff, Oxford's a beautiful town. I mean, say what you want, say what you will. However, after the concert, the police had every dang road closed. All I needed to do to carve 30 minutes off of my trip and go get 1 minute away to the condo was go across a bridge. They did not allow Clay to do that. They spent 30 minutes to go 1 mile because of all the road closures. But I get it. You can't break the rules when necessary for me, but I wish you would have. Anyway, no, great job, Oxford PD. And was it Lafayette County Sheriff's Department, everybody involved up there? That all seemed to run pretty smooth. Concert was great. But here's the thing. They did not sell Bud Light at this event, by the way. It was a Coors Light, Miller Lite adventure. $18 a beer. Granted, they were the 24-ounce. But $18 a beer. And you know what? Here's the other thing. And I swear I'm going to get to the Morgan Wallen stuff in a minute. They wouldn't let you pay cash. I thought it was illegal not to accept cash. I thought that that's the tender note of the United States of America. Why can I not spend it at a state owned property. Why? I had to use my debit card, which of course the Wi-Fi in there sucks, hardly worked. My bank pinged it as an unusual purchase. So thank goodness my friend's card worked. I had cash, couldn't use it. $18 a beer. See, that's why Morgan Wallen canceled Sunday night. He's about the only person that was there that could afford more than 2 beers. And he had a good time. Lost his voice. But that's bad karma. Charging people $18 a beer. Whew. People were like, I can't believe he waited till right before he went on stage to cancel. I said, man, if you were getting $18 a beer, you would too. And I'm going to get to that too and explain to y'all why that happened, in my opinion, as a former concert promoter. I think it has to do with cancellation insurance and all that, and I think it'll help address some of the rumors as well. But my daughter and them, they're front row. They paid for the pit tickets. They had to get there at 3 o'clock, get in line. They got front row. They've been on their feet for 9 hours at this point. They've been at that barricade for 9 hours through 2 opening acts, which are great opening acts, Ernest and Hardy. Man, I mean, if you like that kind of music, they're really good at it. I hate that the way Hardy dresses has become like the dress code for the 20-something-year-old Mississippi guy. He looks ridiculous. I like him. I respect him. I dig his music. But he looks ridiculous. And it's a trickle-down effect. You can go to any gas station in rural Mississippi, and every white guy there looks just like Hardy. And, I mean, he had on a Mossy Oak hockey jersey Saturday night. Saturday night. Just ridiculous. And blue jean shorts rolled up at the end. Boy, do something. Come on, man. Jorts and a hockey jersey? This ain't Florida. This ain't the University of Florida. This is Ole Miss, by damn. Put on some blue dress pants. Anyway, some powder blue dress pants. Look, all kidding aside, he looks ridiculous. But they sit through it. I think they paid $500 a ticket, and that was not secondary prices either. That was what those tickets cost through Ticketmaster or whatever when they went on sale. They're $500 each, 2 of them, $1,000. The gas, the expenses, the hotel at $650 plus, so say over $700. You know, they are issuing refunds. They'll get their money back. So if nothing else, they got to see the 2 opening acts for free. And they'll get their refund. But, I mean, they weren't there for the opening acts. Even though Hardy's got #1 country and rock song in the country this week. So you got a little WLBT breaking news here. WLBT, Morgan Wallen cancel. Okay, it's just an update thing. So anyway, let's go to Twitter, man. Twitter, we kind of broke the story on my Facebook last night because, like I said, my daughters were front row and they saw the thing pop up on the screen and they were like, sent it to me and they were irate. So, we kind of broke it and it went a little viral here. But I got Twitter pulled up and all you got to do is just search. Go to Twitter and search Morgan Wallen. Here it is. And the tweets are hilarious. But a lot of the rumors are that he let the liquor talk a little too much on Saturday night and was not able to perform Sunday. And again, these are all internet rumors. Take them with a grain of salt. That there's some pictures floating around that I don't think are him. Passed out on a couch somewhere saying he had hung out with 3 girls at an Airbnb. And I will say this. I know he was supposed to go to the library. That's a bar up there on the square. I had it from pretty good sources. He was supposed to go to the library after Saturday show. We weren't able to make it. My friend's wife wasn't feeling good, so we just all went back to the condo. But we were going to go if he was. I mean, 'cause why not? I'm 45 years old. I might as well go to a college bar and have a good time. But ended up not happening. So if that's true, I don't know, man. When I had Crazy 8 and 105 here in Jackson, we'd get big artists that would come by there all the time after shows. And right before their tour bus was supposed to roll out of town. So I don't know. These guys, they party different than we do. Jelly Roll, he takes a guy on tour with him that gives him banana bag IVs before and after he drinks and does whatever else he does. But there's a lot of rumors that he got hauled off in an ambulance, that he had to get his stomach pumped and all of that. And I'll say this about that. And people are really mad about him canceling 5 minutes before he's supposed to go on. Well, there's a reason that they waited other than selling people $20 beers. It's your special event insurance, force majeure clauses and stuff like that. That they have to show that they did everything within their power to make that show happen. And they have to show why it didn't happen, and it's got to be legitimate. So whether it was alcohol poisoning, as the rumors some would say, had a little too much fun with some Ole Miss sorority girls, really lost his voice, as they're saying, whatever the case may be. They had to put forth every imaginable effort possible to make that show happen. And if they say that for a medical reason he couldn't do it, well, they got to show that they seeked strenuous medical assistance. So whether that's hauling off in an ambulance, whatever the whole production is, they have to follow through with all that. And they have to be able to document that and show the insurance company. Because you're talking about millions of dollars this insurance company is going to be on the line for. And I assume it's Live Nation that produced this event. I can't confirm that. I mean, I guess I could. Live Nation produces all these big tours. I'm sure it was Live Nation. And their insurance provider is going to, they're going to have to prove that the show was canceled, and it wasn't just because he got drunk. I can assure you, they ain't going to cover that. So if you're wondering why there's this whole story about losing his voice and all that, and all these rumors are circulating, I don't know. Again, I have a hard time believing some of these rumors, because you can't do anything anywhere without somebody filming it. So I can't imagine that there's not one video or picture of this guy drinking. I've heard he's been sober for 6 months. Now, that don't mean he didn't fall off the wagon. I've seen it happen a bunch, but I don't know. Let's read some of the tweets, though, man. There are some funny stuff on here. Well, Russ Latino says, this ain't funny. This is just true, and I can definitely relate on my daughter's behalf. Russ Latino says, field seats for Morgan Wallen, $800. Hotel room, $500. Well, they got a discount. Full tank of gas, $80. Souvenir shirts, $80. Sitting at Vault Hemingway since 5 p.m. only to have Wallen cancel because Oxford did indeed win the party last night. See, I would say Ole Miss lost the party last night. You're 1-0. You won Saturday night. You lost the doubleheader. Apparently, Ole Miss ain't won a doubleheader all year in baseball. So the streak continues into the concert series. Bunky Perkins, which is a great follow on Twitter, says that's what y'all get for liking Morgan Wallen. And I did steal that. I did steal that doubleheader thing from Bunky too. I'll see if I can find it. Let's see here. I'm just going to read a few people's tweets. Brandon McDaniel says, thanks, Ole Miss. Morgan Wallen plays one time at your crap stadium and fakes an injury the next night at Lane Kiffin at Barstool. Bunky Perkins says, Morgan Wallen is the greatest Oxford concert controversy since the Two Live Crew shut the gin down permanently. We brought Two Live Crew out to Crazy 8 around 01, 02, somewhere in there. Son. They asked, do you want the X-rated or the R-rated concert? I was like, I'll take the R-rated one. I guess I didn't have any other options. If I got the R-rated, I do not want to know what the X-rated one consisted of. And you can ask me offline, off the air, what happened. I'm not at the liberty to discuss these things on air. It was something else, and I still don't know how we're not all in jail for the things that ensued at Crazy 8 in the early 2000s. Let's see here. Read through some more tweets here. Marshall Ramsey. I tune in for Marshall Ramsey hot takes on Twitter. Says, I woke up to find out I wasn't the only person who didn't see Morgan Wallen last night. Wah, wah, wah. Mississippi Sports says, breaking, Morgan Wallen concert canceled, blah, blah, blah. Hollenbeck says, Ole Miss girls, once they find out 19-year-old Morgan Wallen and the 19-year-old Morgan Wallen was hanging out with that made him say, that don't make sense. I'm just kind of reading through here. Outkick's got a good story about it with some of the best tweets that are downright hilarious. Let's click on them and see if they can find some funnier tweets than me trying to do it in live time. All right, bear with me here. Megan Lynn says, completely disappointed in Morgan Wallen. Been sitting in the stadium for 3 hours, and he just announced the show is canceled. Complete BS. Dina says, Morgan Wallen not being able to sing Seems like a ridiculous excuse to cancel his show considering that it's never stopped him before. You know, somebody brought up a great point. And look, I'm not about playing tracks and all that stuff and lip syncing. But if there was ever an artist that could just get away with lip syncing a show and nobody being any worse for the wear, I would think it would be Morgan Wallen. Or especially Morgan Wallen fans not knowing the difference. Look, I'll just be honest here. 20-something-year-old girls, overwhelmingly, ain't going to know the difference. You know, get some backing tracks and let it rip. Milli Vanilli did it. Motley Crue does it. Oh, let's see here. Wade says, it appears Morgan Wallen has entered the transfer portal. Holland said, see, I already read that one. Let's see. Morgan Wallen trying to get his crap together after one night in Oxford. It's kind of funny video there. Anyway, man, you can see a bunch of this Morgan Wallen stuff. It's funny. There's a great picture of when Hugh Freeze was at Liberty and he coached the football team from a hospital bed up in the VIP suites because he had shingles or something. I don't remember what it was. But it says men with Oxford experience have played through worse. And it's funny. You got to be a sports fan to get some of these. But Egg Bowl Twitter is back. After taking a couple years off due to COVID, Egg Bowl Twitter is officially back. And Mississippi State fans are absolutely blaming this on Ole Miss. This is definitely funny. There's a picture of a guy there's a picture of a big dude taking a nap on stacks of money. And it says, Oxford Airbnb owners trying to sleep tonight knowing the Morgan Wallen concert was canceled. Let's hit the Guns of Gear text line real quick. Roger says, y'all acting like y'all never called into work. Hashtag Morgan Wallen. Oh, that's good stuff. All right. I think the rest are not necessarily related to this. Matt says, as a former club owner, what do you think about the Oxford bars charging $100 covers this weekend? Hey, man, look, you got to get it when you can. If people want to pay it, it kind of goes back to what I said. I am a capitalist. That was the word that was eluding me in the first segment. If people want to pay $100 to get in, you mean these bars only got so many weekends a year that they can really make bank. If people are willing to pay it, you got to get it. I mean, if people don't want to pay it, don't. But what I was saying about earlier, I think crippling people with really, really bad credit with 25.99% rates is kind of tough. But again, I can't fault it. If they want to pay it and that's their only option, it is what it is. But just don't punish people with good credit to do so. I'm bouncing all over the place this morning. I don't know. I ain't got a problem. I wish I had a club out there making $100 a head to get in. Let's see here if there's any more text about that. I think I got a message on Facebook. Eric said last night's Morgan Wallen concert wasn't the first time 60,000 people left that stadium disappointed. Yeah, there's been so many good Ole Miss jokes on this one. All right, let's take a break real quick. Come back. I promise we're going to get into some real stuff here. But the Morgan Wallen stuff, that's been a hot news story since about 8 o'clock last night, 8:30. Woke up and it was on fire. It's trending nationally. So, that's what we do on this show, politics to pop culture. And this is definitely pop culture. And it happened in Mississippi, so it's relevant. We'll be right back. This is the Clay Edwards Show, live on 103.9 WYAB. Breaking rules when necessary. Welcome back into the Clay Edwards Show. Hey, man, y'all be sure you're following me on Twitter. Shout out to all the folks on Twitter this morning. Dirt Dog, Fred Shanks, everybody else, man. Good morning to you guys. I am on Twitter at SaveJXN. We're always having some kind of colorful conversations over there. This segment is going to be brought to you by A1 Gear and Auto. Hey, look, whether your check engine light is on, your air ain't blowing cold, or anything else, your brakes need replaced, A1 Gear and Auto, they got you for all of your automotive repair needs. But, hey, what they specialize in over the last 15 years or so right here in central Mississippi as the leader in this category is your ring and pinion, your gears, your transfer case, your four-wheel drive not working, your rear end not working. Get over there, see them, let them get you taken care of. You done got some big wheels and tires, done jacked your truck up, your Jeep up, whatever. Those factory ring and pinion ain't built for those big wheels and tires. Get over there, let them get you upgraded so you never, ever get caught slipping. And I'm telling you, man, you don't know how much power you're losing when you put big rims and tires on your vehicles. And just for example, like you're trying to get up on the interstate and get out of the dang way, wrong ring and pinion, and you may get plowed from the rear end. And you don't want that, man. Get the right stuff rolling in your vehicle and get out the way. Get out the way, yo. Anyway, check them out. A1 Gear and Auto, right there, Highway 49 South in Florence. Big white building, big red sign. You can't miss it if you're going south on 49. As soon as you get through Richland, they are there on your right. Go see Justin and the team. Let them know that you heard it on the Clay Edwards Show. The only thing they don't mess with over there is diesel engines. There's plenty of other folks in town for that. But anything else, they got you taken care of. Brakes, check engine lights, anything. They can do it all. A1 Gear and Auto. All right, man, let's see here. Let's see if there's anything on the Guns and Gear text line I want to hit before we move on to some other stuff last night. Let's see, what did Chase say? Yeah, it's kind of funny, the Morgan Wallen, the whole tour is called One Night at a Time Tour. And he failed the test, the mission, one night at a time. He went hard Saturday. Look, Saturday's show was good. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, I'm not a Morgan. I could care less one way or another. I just like a good time. Production was phenomenal. One of the coolest productions I've ever seen. All my concert experiences, I've never been to a concert at a football stadium. Just never worked out. I've been to festivals, but I've never been to a concert at a stadium. So that's the most people I've ever seen at a concert of 50-some-odd thousand people. It was cool. It was really cool. Pyro, lights, fireworks, the whole 9 yards. So I ain't got nothing bad to say. I hate it for the girls. I hate it for everybody Sunday. Let's see here, man. We got an email on the. Yeah, by the way, if you ever just want to email the Clay Edwards Show, clay@WYAB. There is a contact form on my website too. If you want to do that, I get those. Let's see here. Stratford says, have you had a chance to check this out? Biden raises costs to homeowners, but good credit. Yeah, man, we just talked about that in the first segment. That'll be available on the podcast here shortly.
Thanks for listening. Tune in tomorrow at 7 a.m. as the Clay Edwards Show discusses all that is going on in and around the city of Jackson.
This concludes our broadcast day.
Right here on 103.9 WYAB.